Well, hello, and welcome to your favorite Queercast Starfinder podcast. I truly hope you've enjoyed last week's episode as much as I did. Having that sparring match with Setsa was so much fun, and I love that the dice worked out the way they did. If you haven't listened, why are you on this episode? I'm kidding. You definitely are welcome to start wherever you want, but oh my gosh, that was so much fun last week. A reminder, the episode of the podcast that Jess DMs called Bitches and Liches that Punder Drone and I, our guests on, went live. Please tell me what you think, because I cannot bear to listen to my own voice unless I'm editing a podcast. So getting some feedback on that would be really awesome. As always, we hope that you'll take some time to give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, and if you have friends who like queer representation in the arts and gaming, please let them know about us. We would be so grateful. We can be reached on Twitter at EQPoints. Email is ExQueeriencePoints@gmail.com, or on Facebook, and we would absolutely love to hear from you. And with that, let's get to the show.
Hello and welcome to ExQueeriencePoints, where a bunch of queer people go gallivanting about the universe performing shenanigans. I am your friendly neighborhood GM, Miyu.
I'm Kelrick. I play Angus.
I'm Taylor, and I play Phaedra.
I'm Megan, and I play Kira.
And I'm Punder, and I play Absco.
So, Captain Kira, can we get a recap on what has happened?
Dear Diary, George fashioned me a gorgeous pink cloak. I feel as though it helps me look more diplomatic. And I know I spied Angus asking George to make him something as well, so he spent time with Phaedra trying to create some kind of device. I don't know. Absco tried talking to our new friend Sitsa, but it didn't really look like it went well. Same thing happened to Phaedra. We got some weird signal from the drift, and when we went to check on it, some disgusting creatures attacked us. Naturally, we fought them off and took this drift beacon into space with a message. We've arrived at Eox, but now Sitsa's gone and run off, leaving doors open and whatnot. I think she might have used us to smuggle something to Eox.
Dun, dun, dun.
What?
All right, so in search of the adventure hook, you have arrived in Eox.
We have.
Here is sort of an image of what Eox would look like. A very desolate-looking world with a very thin, almost poisonous atmosphere. You know that the majority of the inhabitants are undead and therefore have no problem breathing the poison in the atmosphere. So, you have landed at the spaceport. What is your first step?
Oh, goodness. So, it's been a little while since we played. Did we have a contact here? Like, were we supposed to meet with someone? Or are we supposed to just go here and be like, hey, you there on the dock, do you know about the adventure hook?
Well, as this is a game where you can attempt anything, either course is a legitimate way to go. But you did have a contact.
Okay. Does anyone remember their name? Anyone? Bueller?
Absco's tapped out.
I got absolutely nothing.
And suddenly everyone has forgotten who the hell their contact is.
While the captain refreshes her memory, I would like to spend some of the time since we were trying to make sure that I've started a database of the creatures we've been fighting and anything we know about them, just so that we can access that at later times. And
so a Pokédex.
Basically a Pokédex. And I do have some lingering curiosity about the Pyramid Planet, because where did those creatures come from? Why couldn't we scan for them? We tried several things, and so I do want to go back there. And
okay, give me a physical sciences check.
Ooh, I have a whole +1.
Ooh.
To go with my natural
You have
one.
absolutely no idea. These are the thoughts that just terrorize you and keep you awake at night.
The universe said, "I choose you, Electrovore."
I'm so glad to start off rolling a 1.
Are you
So
getting it out of the way on background stuff?
All right. Has Captain Kira figured it out?
Tryon.
Triune is the deity that gave drift travel to the entire known.
Okay, so it's not correct.
I don't think he's your contact. In fact, I'll help you out a little bit here. There was talk of maybe getting some information from Solomon, who said that she has contacts for you. No one ever actually followed up on that.
Of course we didn't.
I'm gonna text Solomon.
It's not anyone's fault. I mean, we all had a lot going on. Someone needed a new cape. Someone needed to get some dating advice and spend time. We had to find George. I had a lot of data to ruin. I mean, there was a lot going on.
So Absco's going to check the computer and see if we have any messages waiting for us, either from EOX as we've landed, or because we've been away from the infosphere for a while.
You have a message from EOX telling you to
thank
go
you.
to customs.
Should we maybe check the smuggling
Compartment.
since we just saw the door was ajar? We never actually investigated it to see if there's something in there.
I want to roll a quick culture check to see if I know what the protocol is for arriving here.
Okay.
Oh, that's helpful. That's a 5 plus 8, so 13.
13.
Ooh.
Let me help you out. I rolled a 2.
We're rolling balls.
Let me help you. Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you just do your own roll instead of trying to help? Because we've rolled crap.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my own roll. Oh, okay. 23.
Nice.
All right, Absco, you've never been to EOX. You don't know the particulars, but you know that most inter-pact world travel, you land, you talk to customs. Just, they'll ask you the basic information before letting you through. For some reason, Kira absolutely apparently she bothered to study. Yes, once landing, you can do whatever you need to with your ship, and then you report to customs. They ask you some standard questions about why you're here, what you're doing on EOX, how long's your stay, blah blah blah.
If we have fruit.
And then you're free to go.
That is surprising because we have not done so great on simple questions. Why are you here? We're looking for something super important to take off your planet.
It's a super powerful artifact
that we're going to give to some sort of rebels from the universe. It'll be great.
We should probably just check out the smuggler's compartment and then be on our way. While we wait for this text back.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna text Solomon and be like, "Hey, hon, just landed in EOX. Who are we meeting here again? Would appreciate a text back, and then the poop emoji and a panda emoji."
Okay.
All
All right.
And I was going to say, the reason Kira seems to know so much about EOX is because she put all of her brain power into that instead of texting. She is just like, texting will handle itself, but I need to know about this planet.
That's what AutoCarrot is for.
She might start using voice to text.
I wonder if it'll put in all the ellipses for the pauses.
All right. So you want to check out the smuggler compartment while you're waiting on a text back?
Yeah.
Do we?
The door is slightly ajar.
Okay.
Well,
then there we have it, guys.
I'm gonna do a computer's check to see if any internal sensors, if we have a camera, because I have no idea about this. Absco doesn't know what the see no, they don't even know what the ship's name is.
Zephyr.
What the Zephyr has capability. So that is a 19.
Awesome.
19. You can pull up a video log. It's buried deep in the system. Obviously, you don't want just anyone being able to pull a video log of the smuggler's compartment, but you need to be able to check on it. So you're able to pull up a video log, which shows the door opening after you've landed at  and then you see Sitsa look up and click a button Everything goes blank until it pops back, and there's an open compartment, a small little cabinet open.
That four-armed so-and-so.
Are the rest of us looking at this with you, or did you see it by yourself?
I imagine that you all went to the compartment, and I just sat at my piloting station pulling it up on the computer.
Cool. So I trusted her pretty much. I mean, we got along great. So I just...
Well, she did leave the note in the smuggler compartment, remember?
Oh, right. Okay.
That she really enjoyed sparring with you, and just her, like, with everyone else. What's wrong with you people?
And can I just say, it's so nice for once to someone to like me best.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so is there anything besides the note in there?
Just one of the hidden panels is open.
How small is the compartment?
Very small.
Okay, so whatever was taken was probably uber tiny.
Can I look inside the compartment?
Can.
I look inside
It
the
is-
compartment.
It is dark and it is empty, much like your
Well
soul.
then. Thank you for that confirmation.
You're welcome.
If I had any sciences, I would check to see if we could like scan for biosignatures or something, but
Yeah.
Can I do that with a life science check?
Sure,
Can I do it with a physical science check?
sure.
15.
Both of us got 15s.
Okay. So you try scanning for every signature you can think of, and you realize that the room is specifically designed so as not to pick up these kind of signatures. Otherwise, it would be a very terrible smuggler's compartment.
I guess you're right.
Well, I guess there's nothing left to do but go. See if we can find what we need to find here so we can leave.
I get on comms. Captain, do you want me to let customs and those officials know that we're on our way?
I mean, you can, but we could always just show up. And I mean, if you want to call ahead, that's fine.
Well, I mean, if they have anything for us, it might be better to give them a little bit of notice.
All right, do what you do.
And so, yeah, I send a message to the customs officials, letting them know that, you know, we're on our way. Be ready to receive the crew from the Zephyr.
As
It shows red. You get no reply.
All right.
Phaedra, you get a text back.
Oh, word?
New phone, who dis?
No. I text back, Solomon, it's me, Phaedra.
You're Moo Boo.
I'm going to look at Captain Kira and just say, based on this interaction with Sitsa, do you feel comfortable leaving George here without any supervision? Or should he come with us?
I think that George will be just fine.
Don't get me wrong, George is a total sweetheart. And I'm very happy he came. I'm glad we had Sitsa to actually fire at things, but he's been super helpful.
Maybe we should put George on alert just to keep the ship from, you know, flying away like it did on the asteroid.
Would George know how to do anything about it?
Well, I mean, we should tell George that if somebody comes into the ship, that he should just punch them in the face.
George should punch them in the face.
Yeah. Or, I mean, maybe he has some leathers he could wear, be like this big Kasatha daddy.
Funny you should mention that.
All right,
He's Kira's Kasatha daddy.
He sure is.
because he's big. All right, so what are we doing?
Oh, I guess we should leave the ship. I'll power her down.
Put the club on.
Yep, put the club on.
I want to do some quick checks to make sure my armor is going to be able to handle the atmosphere here and be okay.
Okay.
Is there anything I need to roll for that, or is it just common? It'll be fine.
It'll work.
Okay, cool. All right.
You have to just hit the environmental buttons. It just creates the little bubble over your head. You're good.
Done. Let's go.
All right. You see that this, as you exit the ship, you see this is a fairly busy spaceport. You can tell that predominantly by the rather long and slow-moving line through customs,
Mm-hmm.
full of undead people just shuffling around, And just for some flavor, there's an undead Isoki.
Gross.
I am not a fan.
Ugh.
That is
And-
ugly.
I know, right?
really.
Isn't it awesome?
For whatever reason, I think that they're playing this off-tone version of "Girl from Ipanema," just on a loop.
Yes, pretty much. That's pretty much it. Like there's just bad music playing, and everyone is shuffling slowly. Takes you a couple hours winding through this incredibly long queue before you finally get to the window, and you see a person, a what you guessed was once human, standing there, an eye is missing. Got a cybernetic enhancement for their arm that's just bare. There's this. You're kind of glad at this point that you can't smell anything through your environmental suit, just by looking at them. But they look at you and go, "Are you here for business or pleasure?"
I would say we're here for pleasure.
And what is your pleasure on, Eox?
Well, we're visiting a few friends of ours. Haven't seen them in ages.
What friends?
Oh, they might be called something a little different than we used to know them.
They're
Right,
very,
understood.
very distant relatives.
I believe their last name might be Hook. But we said that we were gonna go to the shows with them. So
Okay. How long are you staying?
A week.
I was like, I turned to the rest of the crew and I'm like, fuck, how long are we staying?
Only as long as we have to.
I just look at the captain. You figure this shit out, because I'm going to say something terrible if I have to speak.
A week. Thanks.
Very well. Please, next.
All right, off we go.
All right.
Okay.
I nudge Phaedra.
All right.
Did you get it? Did you get the text?
It says
Look at your
delivered.
You look at your phone and you have a reply.
Oh, word.
Solomon, Phaedra, who are these people? Quit texting me.
Oh,
Damn it. Can I double check the number that I'm texting and make sure it's the right one?
It is. You can see on the thread where Solomon has texted you back before.
Son of a bitch.
Give me a sense motive check.
Solomon straight ghosted me. That's a natural.
Oh.
You are very certain with that natural one that Solomon has just straight ghosted you.
done well with the whole cooking thing, so awesome.
Do you say anything to the rest of us?
Yeah, no, she hasn't replied yet, guys. It's obvious that I'm lying. And I just don't want to tell you guys because I don't want you guys to be mad at me.
Okay, so can I take her comms out of her hand?
That's up to you, Phaedra.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm like, give me that. And I'm looking through the messages and I'm like, well,
Don't scroll up.
All right, go ahead, Kira. Give me a sense motive. Don't scroll up.
That's amazing.
it's a 14.
14 is enough for you to realize that she's texting the head of some rebel group from another planet. It's possible she just doesn't want your communications to be intercepted. Or she could be ghosting you.
She's definitely ghosting you. I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay.
Well,
My ears droop down.
I put my arm around
Oh,
your
that is the saddest mental image.
I'm sad.
Phaedra just...
I put my arm around Phaedra's shoulder and I'm like, it'll be all right. There'll be someone else. And, at least you sent the text. Solomon's an amazing hacker. She'll be able to find it and get us the information at some point. It'll be fine.
I kind of sidle up to Vader. I'm like, androids, right?
I nod to Angus and I look at Absco and I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Okay, so you are on Eox. Where do you go?
I think we go looking for some Eoxy and chocolate. That's what I always want when I
Ew.
get roasted. What?
Are we talking chocolate or chocolate?
I'm
Oh.
in a restaurant for living people, you freaks. Gee. Cheese and crackers, folks. Let's just get some damn food.
All right. Well, you find one of the restaurants there that specifically says, "Our chef is alive." It's living people food.
I beeline
What's it called?
for it.
It's called Living People Food. Our chef is living.
So is the food.
Sure, let's give it a shot. See what happens. So we go in.
All right. There you go. You go in. They have they get you seated. They have macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets because that's what living people eat, right?
I'm immediately doing a perception check
Yeah,
about like the clientele and how we are received walking in.
exactly.
16 for Absco.
You're received by the people of
I got a 20.
21 for Angus. All right. The people who greet you and come to take your order are all super friendly. Actually, not really. Because what you've noticed about the Eoxians is they are all dead, inside and out.
Oh,
Welcome to Living People Food. How many in your party?
That's 4.
4.
4.
4.
Have a seat here. Your server will be with you shortly. Have a fantastic time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Server comes up. It is absolutely excellent to see you. Can I start you off right with a water?
what do they look like? I mean, are they like the undead Isoki we saw earlier with like the pustules and stuff, or are they just like?
These are a little cleaner. The pustules are clean.
But they're still there.
They are undead.
I look at Kira and everyone, and I'm like, I think I've led us astray, folks. I'm very sorry. I think maybe we should leave. This is not what I was expecting.
Well, that's just nonsense. We should all take a water. Yeah.
I'll have the macaroni and cheese.
Phaedra wants the macaroni and cheese.
I ding the Aeon Stone that's above my head, like, I'm just fine, thanks.
You hear
Oh,
the
Captain's
server
first.
mutter under their breath, "Tourists."
Oh, right, Captain, sure. I'll have a water.
I'll take the chicken nuggets. We'll just share.
That sounds great.
You have made excellent decisions.
The only two
As
things
they-
on their menu.
You gotta leave.
What do you mean it's
Phaedra.
not disgusting food?
Phaedra, you get a
Yes.
text.
Hello?
It is from Solomon's number. It says, Lot 52.
I text back, we will talk about this later, but thanks. And then kissing face emoji. I am back on the wagon.
Nice.
Phaedra never left the wagon.
All right.
Now, Phaedra just kind of like looked longingly over the side.
Do you tell the rest of us about the text?
Oh, yeah.
Phaedra just texts and just sits there smiling, just like,
I lean
yeah.
in. I lean in. I'm like, it's okay, everyone. She texted me back. I know where we're going. Lot 52.
Let's just pay this bill and get out of here.
I'm gonna do a culture check to see if like I recognize if that's like an address, if we've seen lot number somewhere, or that is a 26 for a culture check.
With that 26 as a culture check, you see your guide to Eox sitting in one of the free grab a brochure things at the restaurant.
Nice.
Lot 52 is down in the Undercity, where the living people live or stay.
Okay. So
is clearly marked on the map. Lot 52.
it looks like we have to take a tour of the living.
Well,
I'm completely okay with that.
yeah. Let's get out of here. I'm so sorry I brought us in here. I'm so sorry. Can we please just leave? Please, can we just leave?
So on the map, do I see like a place where we would be able to access the Undercity?
Absolutely. There are escalators very similar to metro stations all over.
Okay.
It's very easy to get down there.
Cool. Then I pointed out on the map. I'm like, okay, well, it looks like we should go here. And do I see the restaurant we're in on the map?
Yes.
Is it like far?
No, not very
Okay.
far. It's like an hour walk.
Oh. All right.
It's okay. Like half of it is, powered walkway where you just stand there and it moves you through.
All right. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to hoof it. Ah.
I just give you a look. I probably deserve it for taking us into this restaurant, but still.
Sorry, I just picture Absco being like, looks like we're going to have to hoof it.
Absco's very proud of themselves.
It took Absco by surprise.
It did.
Cool.
As much as it took Ponder by surprise.
Yeah, so I'll just turn to Kira and say, let's just go. Let's just go.
Well, all right, I'll lead the way. And out of nowhere, I pull out my hat and I turn to everyone else and I'm like, just follow the hat if we get lost.
Do you have the cape on?
Duh.
So just to put this all into perspective, you have the big pink glittery cape and the floppy sun hat.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have a half-naked Verthani, and then you have two Nowers.
Who are both like fully decked out in armor.
Uh-huh. we look like an entourage, actually.
Yes, pretty much.
You're the
You don't all
secretary?
look like Kira's entourage.
Which is
Uh-huh.
appropriate. I mean, Captain, Punder gets to be the secretary, and the rest of us get to be the muscle.
Excuse me, that's
Kira?
executive assistant.
Kira, please tell me you have like really big sunglasses too.
I was hoping to find a kiosk somewhere.
Oh yeah, we'll have a sunglasses kiosk for you because this must happen now. As the thought strikes Kira.
Can we just, like, take eyeliner or something and just put it on the bubble?
Well,
Just the
once you get down
little
into the Undercity, you reach a point where it says that you can remove your helmets.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Click.
As it seems that the oxygen-nitrogen mix required for most living people to breathe is a byproduct of a lot of factories up top.
Cool.
And so they just literally pipe the off-gassing from all of their production down here so that living people can live here.
Cool.
That's pollution we can live for.
So
In
do we
fact,
head-
you see that on a campaign poster.
Nice.
But you managed to wander your way through the decaying looking city that looks, it's weird. It looks like it was built to look like it was decaying.
Hmm.
But you see all kinds of people down here, all kinds of advertisements for various game shows, reality TV series, things like that. You get to rather nondescript looking building, looks almost like a warehouse with a big 5-2.
Okay.
I believe this is it. And Phaedra, why don't you go in?
So
Can I-
is
Okay.
is there like is it a door or
It is a door.
just a door?
Just a door.
I knock on the door.
Door
Okay.
opens, and an undead woman stands there with a clipboard and a pen. Says, "Can I help you?
Yeah, we're supposed to meet someone here.
Who are you meeting?"
Can I look at my phone and see if like Solomon has sent me anything else, like no other information?
You can look. There is no other information.
Walt sent me.
What was that?
Walt sent me. Sorry, Who Framed Roger Rabbit reference.
Oh, yeah, just. Who is Walt?
Look, we were sent by Solomon, okay?
Mm.
Absco's like just kind of sidling
Okay.
towards the back of the group.
We're so bad at that.
And what did Solomon send you here for?
The adventure hook.
Oh,
So bad at this.
well, why didn't you say so? Come on in.
Oh my god.
All
You enter
right.
into a room. that looks like just a kind of a front entry room. You know, it's got some chairs, it's got a table. She goes, "Does your group have a name?"
I look at the captain.
That is an odd name for. Okay.
Actually, we like to call ourselves the Adventure Hookers.
Oh, I wish I could high five you so
Okay.
hard right now. That is awesome. Oh my god.
Well, follow me, and she takes you into another room
Oh no.
where there's long tables, some nice magazines, a sofa, and she says, "Just wait here. I'll come get you
Wait.
this time."
Before you leave, what happens at this facility?
Adventure hook, and then she closes the door.
Guys, I'm afraid that this might be one of the TV shows.
I did a perception check before we came in here and
Mhm.
21. So
Mm-hmm.
did I see any weapons or anything on this person to give me any idea of what we're getting?
None at all. No weapons.
No logos on her, no uniform, nothing? No key
Nope.
card? Okay.
What is
Well,
it?
then-
I want to do sense motive just to see if I can just glean anything.
Okay.
That's at 16.
She seems to be a secretary of some sort.
I just take a seat.
I will also do a sense motive check,
Okay.
but it's a 22.
She seems a little more brisk than a secretary, like someone who's got a little more authority, a little more in charge than a secretary would.
You know, I think that she's the producer.
Oh, good.
So
I'm sure we'll do
And as if to
marvelous things.
verify all of your theories,
Oh, no.
in walks a group of people with makeup kits.
oh no.
Oh my god, you guys, we're getting makeovers.
They begin dusting a little bit of powder here, a little tweak to the
I'm
hair
like-
there.
They come up to Absco and okay.
Dodging every move. I'm like, no.
They like come up to Absco and Absco like flourishes their skin, like they like do the skin color changes and things like that, and be like, "You are not touching any of this."
And move on. And yes, a few minutes later, lady comes in and says, "All right, adventure hookers, you're up.
Captain.
We're up for what?
Come on."
Well, let's go, you guys. We're not going to get any answers standing here.
When you're right, you're right. Okay,
Yeah.
go. So
All right.
All right.
Tell me that you're still in your hat and cape though.
Yeah.
In fact, they gave you even bigger sunglasses.
let's go.
Yep.
You're put on what appears to be some sort of set. There's these curtains. You're just kind of in like this little room that's like curtained off. There's nothing here. And she says, "All right, we'll be going live soon," and leaves. And you hear, muffled from the other side, a very lively voice until the curtains part and you hear, "Let's meet our contestants, the Adventure Hookers!"
Such a great name.
And there's
Wow.
music and there's lights and a
What?
crowd cheering. Oh yeah.
Uh,
And this undead man comes up, but unlike most of the other undead who are just kind of like yada yada, this guy is full of just life. I mean, just he's got bright garish makeup on, a very nice suit, and comes up. "Hello, thank you for joining us today. So tell us a little bit about yourselves, adventure hookers." And he puts the microphone to Kira.
Well, we like to travel around and
How fascinating! And what about you, big bull man?
Give him a show, Angus.
I was like, no.
Oh, we got a shy one here. And, ooh, look at this one, big bull lady. What do you got? What's your story?
Phaedra cracks her knuckles and she's like, "I like to beat people up."
Violent! And what about you? You.
As soon as he comes to me, since I've been standing there for a minute, I'm going to just fade out of
Yes.
visibility.
Ooh, we have a sneaky one.
That's a 32.
The lights make it a little more difficult, but you're pretty good at this by now. As you know, You are here to try for the ultimate prize, the adventure hook.
I say, actually, we don't know. Can you explain this to us?
Oh, come now. Surely you've seen the show Adventure Hook.
No.
Well, we showcase the best adventurers in the galaxy right here. So, a recap of the rules. You will enter into the adventure room where you will have an adventure. There are 4 rounds. You must survive all 4 rounds, and then you have a chance to win the adventure hook. The crowd is cheering and going wild. Yay! Now, I only have one question for you. Are you ready?
I put my finger up, pull out my comm unit, and I text the from the bar. You might see me.
Turn on channel.
So this is why I've been a little radio silent, and then put it away, and then I put my finger down. I'm like, okay.
Something tells me that this is just a test.
Well, it's fine. We have to move forward, right, Captain? Moving forward.
Always moving forward.
All right.
Doors open with a hallway leading into a room. A bunch of little camera bots, little spheres with cameras on them, go flying all around, zooming in to get close-ups of your face before zooming back out, getting all kinds of interesting angles.
Cool. Sure, I'll start heading into the room. No one else is.
Excellent.
I take off my hat and I fling it into the audience. And then I
Even
waltz
more
into the,
excellent.
I waltz into the room.
I want to do a perception check as I start moving in.
Yeah, I follow suit and just kind of walk through.
At 23.
All right. You are entering into a room. Anything could be here.
Mm-hmm.
Second here.
Okay.
All right. The cheers of the crowd fade behind you as the door shuts in perfect darkness. And then the lights come on. You find yourself standing in a room with stone-like partitions all around.
All right. I look at Absco and I say, Absco, do you see any traps? Do you see anything you should worry about?
Let me check. And so, yeah, I kind of look around the area a bit.
I'm also doing a perception to see if I can find anything.
So 16 for me.
Okay.
14 for me.
You're looking around, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. But right now, it just looks like a room. Oddly partitioned room.
Sure, I'll step into the room.
Okay.
I'll move 15 feet in and see what I see.
I will match that.
Okay.
Absco will hang back by 5 feet or 10 feet.
Cool.
Room.
I stay.
I call out like, hello?
Hello?
As your voice echoes back to you, you hear an obnoxious sound. And that
A photon
is
attunement?
when the zombies and skeletons doors slide open and zombies and 3 skeletons and a zombie come lurching out of their respective closets. Please roll initiatives.
You know, guys, it just occurred to me that if we lose, we die.
I'm gonna turn and just give her the most withering look. Oh, good.
Guess we have to win
A
then.
6. Right?
Well, at least the thing is, if we
All right.
lose, this is suddenly not our problem anymore.
A skeleton comes lumbering out of its corner here before raising a rifle, taking a shot at Angus, which deflects off of one of the stone corners here. Absco.
All right, so Absco is going to do is going to move up here in front of Phaedra, do a trick attack roll to see if they can do that. No, that's an 18, so the stealth is not going to work for that trick attack, but they are going to fire at skeletal undead dude.
Absco, before you finish, I'd like to remind you that standing in front of Noir is not helpful to Noir doing things.
So tell that to me as Angus.
Well, I think Phaedra would be the one to be like,
Oh, Phaedra.
way.
Yeah,
No.
perhaps. That'd be good.
Phaedra's too sweet to chew you out over your choice of tactics.
Absco's just like, ugh, get this over with. So they aim their.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, Absco just like strides forward, just pistol up, ready to go. Like, fine.
Yeah. So. Oh no.
8. No, you come striding forward and take a shot, but you're a little too quick on the trigger there.
Yeah, and that's all Absco's gonna do.
Absco, get out of the way. You know we need space. You know it.
Sorry. It's been a while since we've had a battle.
Phaedra, Absco standing right in front of you, with undead to your right and in front.
This is fine.
This is all good, right?
Okay. I'm going to
Move forward, scooching past Absco. But
Right into my...
right in Angus's line, as
Yeah.
I might point out.
And I'm going to scream at you, get out of the way, for fuck's sake.
Just grab all the dice. Just throw all the dice at them.
actually, I can actually move a little bit more, so I'm going to go there.
Thank
And
you.
then I'm going to pull my
Phaedra
pistol
steps
out.
aside.
Oh,
Wow.
Woohoo! And you roll the nat 1 as Angus yelling at everyone to get out of his way startles you. And you just fire off a shot into the ceiling. Kira, way at the back.
I swear
Having
to
never
Jesus, if
left
she
the
gets in my
doorway.
way, I'm going to be so pissed.
So having nothing to actually do here, that would be entirely super helpful. I'm going to move directly, cornered to Angus and Absco,
Okay.
so that I'm just closer to the party. And if
Next to
they
Angus,
feel-
but behind Absco, like, oh god, don't leave me behind.
yes.
Angus.
Oh, I'm photonic attuning and then stellar rushing the guy who shot at me.
So I just picture like Angus just getting like pink glow and just that snort.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, you just start to see little sparkles starting to show up around in that pink. Like, it's just like a light coating of glitter, but not a lot.
Yes.
And so I rush up on them, and they get to do a DC 13 reflex save.
Okay, here we go with the reflex save.
13?
19.
Okay, well, they still take this.
Take this.
Ha!
5 damage to the skeletal undead as you slam into him.
Bum, bum, bum.
And I'm like, boy, I really
Now-
should move.
This undead, though, is not a skeleton. This one has flesh as it just lumbers forward. This other undead, though, he's going to come lumbering up to Angus. So, Angus, you are now facing 2 of them.
Perfect.
And I think that's all the time we have for today.
Ah, What?
Tune in next time to see will they even survive. Dun dun dun.
oh, that's painful.
So for Experience Points, I'm Miyu. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Miyu Plays Games.
I'm Kelrick. You can find me on Twitter at EQPoints or my personal account at Cormallon, CORMALLON.
I'm Taylor. You can find me on Twitter at Milky Games. Games is spelled GAYMES.
I'm Megan. You can find me on Twitter at Dungeons and Meg.
I'm Punder. You can find me on Twitter at PunderDrone, DRONE.
And we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.